Yeah, it'd be a
Yeah.
carnivore.
We've eaten some
It'd
old
be a
food,
Jace.
though. I think the expiration date would have expired on that food.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Molly?
What we need to eat a lot of is watermelon.
Oh,
for
watermelon.
hydration.
Yes,
The
yes.
perfect snack, the perfect fruit.
Can I just say, get you a watermelon sorbet. The kids made some the other day, and they made a mango sorbet. Perfect.
What
to
about
cool
if
off.
you add it to your acai bowl?
Oh, you can do that too.
Don't say that. Don't say acai.
It took me forever to work off that acai bowl.
Yeah, I saw her on the treadmill. She was so mad at herself. She was
Anchor
so
mama.
mad at herself for that.
Not pretty clear conditions out there. Chrysler Building in the background, and visibility not so bad. We are a little bit limited further east, and it could go down a bit. Chester 1.5. There is the downpours that we're talking about south of 78, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Harleysville. Now, this is expected to move east, but it's kind of dissipating. But remember, as the sun rises and the air continues to destabilize, there'll be more chances for showers to move through and be sustained. So that's something that we're going to be tracking throughout the day. Upper 70s, low 80s, and that's why we decided to go to a weather alert, by the way. We have feel-like temperatures in the triple digits, the potential for severe weather. Temperatures at around 79, White Plains, New York City. And here's what it's going to feel like throughout the day. I mean, already at 9 o'clock, we're well into the 80s as far as what it'll feel like. 91, the feel like temperature. That's not even noon. It's before noon, and it gets even hotter. We're going to talk about when you can expect cool down and more on these storms. We'll send it over to Mike Masco with a look at traffic.
The PIX11 Traffic Report, presented by Ford.
From heat waves to pop-up storms, summer in New York is no joke. And if you're not keeping up with PIX11, you're not keeping up with New York. Stacy-Ann Gooden.
Abundance, copious amounts of sunshine.
Chris Cimino.
It'll be another scorching and dangerously hot day.
Mr. G.
Strong storms for tomorrow.
Trust New York's very own weather team. Every forecast, every neighborhood, all summer long.
Addicted to texting a real...
With us right here on the PIX11 Morning News. I'm Vanessa Freeman.
And I'm Craig Treadway. Let's get it started with a look at your weather and traffic. We've got Mike Masco in this morning checking on the roads for us.
Yes, meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden has our forecast. Today it's the fire emoji.
Oh, yes, right? The fire, steamy. Yeah, and like
either
the
that or that
one,
emoji
too.
that has the
like,
cursing under,
that
covering his
too.
mouth. Yeah.
With the hot face, the red face.
Brown
That's me.
squirrel. I'll throw in the brown
That's
squirrel.
me.
Today.
Yeah, there you go.
Are we done with this weather yet?
A little bit of everything, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's certainly like the theme of the summer, though, is just like steamy, sultry, very unsettled with thunderstorms just flaring up and severe weather potential. We got it all covered. Here's a heat advisory highlighted in orange. It does encompass much of the area minus western Ulster, Sullivan, down and toward Pike County. Either way, it's going to be a hot one. You definitely have to drink plenty of fluids. I mean, I feel like I'm a broken record here saying this constantly, but it's a friendly reminder to stay hydrated and stay inside, whether it's AC. Maybe limit your time outside. Taking a look at AQI levels, this is for South Fairfield County. That's where the air quality alert has been issued from 11 to 11. We'll let you know if it does get expanded. Remember, we do have ground ozone as a result of all this energy building, CO2 emissions, all of that is something that we're tracking. We had an air quality alert from yesterday, and it's a good chance it could get implemented once again. Upper 70s, low 80s. We'll talk about those temperatures rising. Let's see what's happening on the roads with Mike Masco.
Ooh, the suspense. Give her all the airtime. She's way better looking than me. All right, here's what's going on. Good morning, Steve.
Pooch that most looks like crypto. Pet owners can sign up.
Does he fly?
Yeah.
Does Crypto fly?
Oh, yeah.
Crypto
Yeah.
can fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a super dog.
It's like SOS. You call Crypto, he comes in and helps you. If only we all had a Crypto.
Can I just be that guy? Don't get crypto unless you're really serious about dog ownership.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
This feels like Easter and the Easter Bunny.
Impulse
and
buys,
that
yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, little chicks.
Nope, don't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
Sorry.
point.
Good point.
No, good point. Certainly, the kid. That's why I always say I can't handle it, and I got kids I got to try and keep alive. Can't even keep a plant alive. All right, well, here's What's happening? I got to take baby steps. All right, so taking a look, satellite and radar, we did have some flare-ups here. It looks like it's weakening a little bit, but some showers are holding up. The threat is there between now and the 9 o'clock hour for showers to develop, and I think greater chance throughout the day as the air continues to become more and more unstable. So keep that in mind. We have a couple troughs in the area providing some added lift. We have a lot of moisture. We have the instability, all ingredients needed for the potential for severe weather. Here's a look. Excessive rainfall. It's retreating further north, so we're losing some of that. But still, I think the main concern for today is the potential for severe weather. Remember, winds gusting 58 miles an hour or more, and or hail about an inch in diameter or higher than that. Level 1 risk is what we need, or what we have, excuse me. It does kind of weaken or not as severe or not as threatening further east. Either way, just plan accordingly. Here's a look at where we stand right now, right at around the 7 o'clock hour. If you happen to be in the Bronx heading out, just notice that you need the umbrella at that point. The same rings true if you're in Manhattan or even Queens. And then it goes further east toward Long Island, and we're looking at eastern Nassau, Suffolk County bearing the brunt of it. And then we clear out bright spots along the way, things continuing to heat up. And with the heat comes the humidity, with feel-like temperatures in the triple digits. 101 at around the 3 o'clock hour, 98 Newburgh, 95 Andover, and a 101 in Belmar, just to give you an idea of what's happening. I also wanted to remind you about this hot pavement situation. When the air temperature is around 94, the asphalt could get to about 139. That's pretty hot. All it takes is just a few minutes for your dog to get their paws burned. And also think about sand. You know, when you go to the beach, sand tends to be really hot. I know it's not included here. The place to be, shaded area under some trees where, you know, this grass is a little cooler. There's your 7-day. We'll send it over to Mike.
Switch 2 will be hot for the holidays, and Donkey Kong Bonanza out as of July 17th. We are here at the Toy Fair. Eileen LaPalmer, PIX11 News.
Forget the kids. Millennial parents will buy everything up at that toy fair.
Just take the money. Just take the money and run.
The news at 6 starts right now.
Today is Thursday, July 17th. I'm Craig Treadway.
Now, Vanessa Freeman, good morning to you. As you saw, a nice, beautiful, clear, sunny start to our Thursday, but brace yourself. It is already a scorcher out there, and it is only going to get hotter.
Yeah, we're talking feel-like temperatures near triple digits. And air quality alerts, some real risks for heat-related emergencies. We do have team coverage this morning to help you stay safe and beat the heat. Justin Finch is live with what you need to know about the heat advisory and the warning signs to watch for.
But first, let's get straight to our weather. Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden keeping us on track as we try to beat this extreme heat. Stacy-Ann.
I mean, it is pretty extreme. It's more extreme than yesterday. Yesterday was like a cakewalk in comparison. We just made it in the upper 80s across the parts of the city, low 90s in other areas, but it's going to be even hotter. Triple digits feel like temperatures, as we just talked about in the opening there. So as high as around 104 is not out of the ordinary here when all is said and done. So it's possible. As far as the air quality situation, yesterday it did encompass a little bit more coverage area. Now it's just South Fairfield County. We'll let you know if more areas get added onto that. It's a good chance for that, especially in the city, because of all that ground level ozone. Remember, all that carbon emissions, you have a lot more cars and trucks and whatnot on the road. It just gets trapped here, and all the pollutant matter does make it a little difficult for those who are within the sensitive. 78 degrees, plenty of sunshine to be the highest in terms of AQI, more moderate. Otherwise, we're just at 100 Long Island, so that's pretty high. That's on the cusp, if you will. We'll let you know if anything should change, but there's a look at your pollen count, closer look at the extended storms, and really hot temperatures. We'll send it over to Mike Mascow. He has a look at your traffic.
All right, 6:03 here, and brace yourself for another scorcher, as meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden just mentioned. Temperatures today could feel like 100 degrees or even hotter across the tri-state area.
Yeah, we could also get hit with some severe storms, like the kind that produced a deadly lightning strike. PIX11's Justin Finch is live in Long Island.
Moving in from Pennsylvania, it is weakening as we speak. The threat is still there. Just don't forget, as things continue to heat up throughout the day, all that convective energy will start to build, and there could be a pop-up shower or thunderstorm at any given moment as things continue to destabilize. You have some troughs in the area. These disturbances providing added lift. You have the moisture, you have the instability, all needed to create a lot of tension in the atmosphere that can lead to those storms. Now, the one good thing is that we're not looking at excessive rainfall necessarily in our area, not like yesterday, not like Monday, but still with a lot of moisture and the threat for those storms to build. We have the severe weather outlook. Our storm prediction center says, hey, we're at a level 1 risk. And what that means is that we could see some damaging winds along with the heavy down. Main concern for today is the potential for severe weather. Remember, winds gusting 58 miles an hour or more, and or hail about 1 inch in diameter or higher than that. Level 1 risk is what we need, or what we have, excuse me. It does kind of weaken, or not as severe or not as threatening further east. Either way, just plan accordingly. Here's a look at where we stand right now, right at around the 7 o'clock hour. If you happen to be in the Bronx heading out, just notice that you need the umbrella at that point. The same rings true if you're in Manhattan or even Queens. And then it goes further east toward Long Island, and we're looking at eastern Nassau, Suffolk County bearing the brunt of it. And then we clear out bright spots along the way, things continuing to heat up. And with the heat comes the humidity, with feel-like temperatures in the triple digits. 101 at around the 3 o'clock hour, 98 Newburgh, 95 Andover, and a 101 in Belmar, just to give you an idea of what's happening. I also wanted to remind you about this hot pavement situation. When the air temperature is around 94, the asphalt could get to about 139. That's pretty hot. All it takes is just a few minutes for your dog to get their paws burned. And also think about sand. You know, when you go to the beach, sand tends to be really hot. I know it's not included here. The place to be, shaded area under some trees where, you know, this grass is a little cooler. There's your 7-day. We'll send it over to Mike.
Switch 2 will be hot for the holidays, and Donkey Kong Bonanza out as of July 17th. We are here at the Toy Fair. Eileen LaPalmer, PIX11 News.
Forget the kids. Millennial parents will buy everything up at that toy fair.
Just take the money. Just take the money and run.
The news at 6 starts right now.
Today is Thursday, July 17th. I'm Craig Treadway.
I'm Vanessa Freeman. Good morning to you. As you saw, a nice, beautiful, clear, sunny start to our Thursday, but brace yourself. It is already a scorcher out there, and it is only going to get hotter.
Yeah, we're talking feel-like temperatures near triple digits. And air quality alerts, some real risks for heat-related emergencies. We do have team coverage this morning to help you stay safe and beat the heat. Justin Finch is live with what you need to know about the heat advisory and the warning signs to watch for.
But first, let's get straight to our weather. Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden keeping us on track as we try to beat this extreme heat, Stacy-Ann.
I mean, it is pretty extreme. It's more extreme than yesterday. Yesterday was like a cakewalk in comparison. We just made it in the upper 80s across the parts of the city, low 90s in other areas, but it's going to be even hotter. Triple digits feel like temperatures, as we just talked about in the opening there. So as high as around 104 is not out of the ordinary here when all is said and done. So it's possible. As far as the air quality situation, yesterday it did encompass a little bit more coverage area. Now it's just South Fairfield County. We'll let you know if more areas get added onto that. It's a good chance for that, especially in the city, because of all that ground level ozone. Remember, all that carbon emissions, you know, you have a lot more cars and trucks and whatnot on the road. It just gets trapped here, and all the pollutant matter does make it a little difficult for those who are within the sensitive. 78 degrees, plenty of sunshine to be the highest in terms of AQI, more moderate. Otherwise, we're just at 100 Long Island, so that's pretty high. That's on the cusp, if you will. We'll let you know if anything should change, but there's a look at your pollen count. Closer look at the extended storms and really hot temperatures. We'll send it over to Mike Mascow. He has a look at your traffic.
All right, 6:03 here, and brace yourself for another scorcher, as meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden just mentioned. Temperatures today could feel like 100 degrees or even hotter across the tri-state area.
Yeah, we could also get hit with some severe storms, like the kind that produced a deadly lightning strike. PIX11's Justin Finch is live in Long Island.
Moving in from Pennsylvania, it is weakening as we speak. The threat is still there. Just don't forget, as things continue to heat up throughout the day, all that convective energy will start to build, and there could be a pop-up shower or thunderstorm at any given moment as things continue to destabilize. You have some troughs in the area. These disturbances providing added lift. You have the moisture, you have the instability, all needed to create a lot of tension in the atmosphere that can lead to those storms. Now, the one good thing is that we're not looking at excessive rainfall necessarily in our area, not like yesterday, not like Monday, but still with a lot of moisture and the threat for those storms to build. We have the severe weather outlook. Our storm prediction center says, hey, we're at a level 1 risk. And what that means is that we could see some damaging winds along with the heavy downpours and hail, usually damaging winds clocking in at around 58 miles per hour or more as far as gusts are concerned, in diameter as far as hail or higher or more. And then non-severe storms further east, a little bit more of that marine influence. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, right now it looks a little light, but, just keep in mind those storms could flare up at any given moment, especially as things heat up during the day. We have some convergence taking place. As you can see, those hours coming together nicely. And if it does occur, you see a lightning strike or something like that, make sure you head for cover. Very important. Along with that, we will get some bright spots. Heat indices well into the 90s, low 100s. And just a friendly reminder for lightning safety, lightning may strike within 10 miles of a storm. So even if it's like a blue sky, you can still get struck by lightning if there's a storm nearby. Avoid open areas and seek shelter if you see lightning or hear that rumble of thunder. And once it's over, just wait 30 minutes or so before you go back outside. So when thunder roars, go indoors, and as I always say, turn around, don't drown. We're not looking at excessive rainfall amounts, but just some, things to note and to just remember to stay safe. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We are in the 90s, feeling like triple digits, and then finally we cool off and we get to normal conditions. More storms early next week, but it looks great for the first half of the weekend, Mike.
Wow. Overnight lows into the 60s. Who
comfortable will be in, and with all that convective energy could lead to those showers and storms as well ahead of the frontal boundary that we are tracking. We're going to break it all down for you. For now, let's break down that commute. Mike, what you got?
Yeah, so far so good. It's
social media platforms.
Interesting stories, especially that Delta. So that means for the same seat, you and I could be charged differently, or you could be charged more based off of your behaviors as a consumer.
Right.
That's very interesting.
That's kind of.
That's not fair.
It's not fair,
and
right?
you can't hide because it's AI, so it's learning and remembering that. So you can't get lucky. There's lucky deals every now and then. That's done.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it was AI that came up with that whole cookie dough deviled egg thing.
Oh my God!
I can't even imagine any human.
That sums up
delicious.
AI right there, though. Yeah. Right for you.
Yeah, and what sums up today's forecast is heat, humidity, just extreme conditions, and the threat for severe weather, of course. We have temperatures well into the 70s, close to around 80. As a matter of fact, we're at 80 Montauk, Bridgeport, just shy of that, an ice slip. So make sure you do yourself a favor and take all the necessary safety tips imaginable. Drink plenty of fluids, lightweight, light colored clothing. You definitely want to wear something that is reflective of the sun's rays rather than absorbing it. So black is not really a good idea. All right, afternoon temperatures well into the 90s. As you can see, heat indices upper 90s, low 100s. Keep that in mind throughout the day, especially as the sun heats up. Overnight temperatures back down into the 70s. There will be a threat of a shower or storm. We're noticing a little bit of moisture moving across the area now. Heat indices right now, as you can see, around the 4 o'clock hour, already at 100. So just figure that, and even a little bit before then, we'll be noticing heat indices at around the low 100s. For your Friday afternoon, much more comfortable conditions, something to look forward to. There are those spotty showers now. A lot of this moisture that came in from Pennsylvania has been weakening. We saw some lightning strikes flare up. Don't forget, it could be crystal clear, blue sky, and a lightning strike can come out of nowhere off into the distance. It could be miles away. In fact, you could still, these storms, you could still get struck by lightning. So just keep that in mind as we've been talking about some issues from yesterday. And taking a wider view of things, we are dry in spots, scattered showers in others, troughs in the area. We're ahead of this front. We're within this warm sector. Heat continuing to build. There's also a Bermuda high sitting in the Atlantic, also allowing for that return flow. So those winds out of the west, southwest throughout the day. There are those chances for showers between now and the 9 o'clock hour, moving from west to east. It doesn't seem as intense right now, but as all that energy continues to build, so does that threat and so does that intensity. And the severe weather outlook we talked about is more like at a level 1 risk. So let's skip over now to our 7-day forecast, because I want to show you when you can expect some relief from that. And it's tomorrow. Nice, comfortable 86 degrees, less humid conditions by Saturday. Wake up, it's refreshing, but we're tracking more storm potential for your Sunday. And that's it for now. We'll send it over to Mike.
I don't know, Monday and Tuesday, we might need a winter coating.
How people are beating the heat. Well, our meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden, she monitors the potential now for more storms, right? Yeah. So let's get straight to the forecast right now and what we're in store for today, Stacy-Ann.
Yeah, I mean, the high heat humidity, definitely a major concern. Remember, heat is the #1 weather-related cause of fatalities, and this is serious. I mean, we tell you this all the time, and it's important to heed the warnings. And on top of that, yes, as the heat continues to build, so does the threat for showers and storms. It's Mother Nature's way of kind of balancing things out, if you will. So as we just mentioned, heat indices well into the 90s, low 100s. That is enough to really lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke if you're not careful. Air quality alert just for South Fairfield County, but still it is enough to be a problem for those traveling to or from those areas. And just keep in mind that although the rest of the tri-state not included at the flare-ups of thunderstorms, so just be mindful of that and you should be okay otherwise. We're well into the 70s, close to around 80. We were seeing some 80 degree readings across the area. We've since seen those numbers dip, but I'm sure it's going right back up. As a matter of fact, speaking of going up, these heat indices, so close to around 100 degrees by 1 p.m. It looks like we'll exceed that by the time we make it to around the 3 o'clock hour. So make sure, again, you know, just take those safety precautions, take them, and just be safe out there. Drink plenty of water. We'll send it over to Mike Masco.
All right, Stacy-Ann, thank you. Good morning.
7:46 this Thursday morning. We want to talk about traffic and weather. It is a hot one, tropical-like out there.
Hey, seriously, the humidity is just downright brutal. Meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden tracking it all for you. I mean, that's where the humidity will get you.
That's what does it. I mean, when you have clothes that are like clingy or even dark in color, it just makes it feel even more gross than it will actually feel when you step outside. Lightweight, light color clothing, loose fitted clothing, the way to go. And of course, drink plenty of fluids, especially water. If you're going to do coffee, just supplement with water and you should be good to go. Humidity is going to make you feel like the triple digits. And looking at the roads now, pretty dry. We did have some moments of showers. It's scattered about. Storms are possible. And the intense heat, the peak of it, arriving this afternoon. Already feeling the effects, close to 80 degrees across the area. We're actually at 80 again in Islip. It went to 80, then went down. Now it's back to 80. We anticipate afternoon highs well into the 90s and feeling even hotter, more like triple digits. Overnight temperatures back down into the 70s. And speaking of what it feels like, your heat indices across the area around the 2-3 o'clock hour, especially feeling like triple digits in the city. And then there'll be other areas that'll feel like that as well. But tomorrow offers up much more relief from these hot conditions. And those showers are very light. If you're in the Bronx or headed to the Bronx, you'll notice just some light showers. Notice it's more scattered. There's not a whole lot of coverage. It's going to push further east. And we were thinking like, hey, you know, we had these intense storms that came through across Pennsylvania, did weaken a little bit, but it looks like it's now making a resurgence there. So widening things out, we have a couple troughs in the area. These disturbances can lead to that rising air, which could eventually lead to clouds and, of course, those downpours that we talked about. High pressure in control. We are within the warm sector, so this convective energy will definitely pose a threat throughout the day. So right through 9 a.m. you still have the chance for some showers. Then it's kind of crystal clear into the afternoon. Look at that, winds out of the west, southwest, more of that land breeze really allowing for that convective energy to build, more of an ocean influence the further east you go. And that's kind of why with that convective outlook that it weakens as it pushes further east, because there is that marine layer that we consider when we talk about things. All right, so then we've we see things kind of clear out a bit. And although you don't see much raindrops, just keep in mind that things will change at the drop of a dime. I'm just saying, I've seen weather change from day to day, moment to moment, minute by minute. So it's important to keep it locked for all the latest. But heat dangers to watch out for. I know Justin touched on this a little bit earlier, but just as a friendly reminder, if you're feeling faint or dizzy, excessive sweating, you could be suffering from heat exhaustion. To the right of your screen, that's of course heat stroke symptoms and sun and sand report. Great way to cool off, and we're going to leave it right here and send it over to Mike Masco.
This PIX11 weather report presented by HomeServe.
Right. But I think we're just above the age group that Vanessa's talking about. That 13 to 28 is, you know, the 13-year-olds are like worried about their body. They're trying to eat, you know, well, and the 28-year-olds are like, Mom, how do you cook this?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's the diet, it's the social stress from social media, and also maintaining their social calendars. So obviously with diets, everybody on social media fancies themselves a nutritionist or a dietary expert. But the thing is, consult with your primary care physician. A lot of nutritionists could even be in network that can customize a plan for you because everybody is different. Stacy-Ann Gooden actually put me onto an app called Yucca, like the vegetable.
Yes, where you scan everything.
You scan it, and it essentially condenses that nutritional label and pretty much says bad, good, and it breaks down what it is.
For us, it'd be interesting, right? But my niece actually uses it, and it makes her anxious because she's like, oh, I shouldn't eat that then.
Yeah, but it tells you why. Either it's too caloric, the sodium is too high, too much sugar. For social media, I think it's really about reclaiming your time. Maybe you program, okay, an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour in the evening.
So hard.
It's really hard. Finding time to respond to those messages.
Wise words.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with your social calendar, I would say use the tools we have at our fingertips. Be the leader of the group chat, throw out the dates, find time, and maybe once a month you do like a group date, a group coffee with your different friend groups, and just don't overbook yourself because that's when you get overwhelmed. And the issues start.
Right. So what stressed me out the most of that segment right there was the fact that Calla said we are not in the age group.
Dan thinks he's 28.
Yeah.
You do have a good social calendar, I will tell you.
It's too much.
Born in the 1900s. Born in the 1900s.
On my day. 7:56 coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, Cal.
Major heat once again in our area today. We have you covered.
Dangerous weather that we're experiencing as the heat and humidity could be feeling like triple digits in some places today. We have team coverage for you this morning. Our Justin Finch live outside with how people are actually beating the heat. Well, meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden monitors the potentials now for storms to kind of give us some relief here.
Yeah, the relief comes and then it kind of goes. It's that kind of situation, guys. I know top of our minds, the heat and humidity with these heat indices climbing into the triple digits, and it encompasses a good part of our tri-state highlighted in orange. So definitely keep that in mind as you make your way out today. Don't think for a second that you are exempt. Air quality only for South Fairfield County. That's about it right now, but it doesn't mean that you're going to breathe easy if you're within the 5 boroughs. It's still going to be one of those days where it's going to be a little bit tough. It's hard to like take in that deep breath. I noticed that when it was just so hot and humid these last few days of that heat and humidity that we had previously and also yesterday. All right, so what I'm noticing now, we're going to zoom in for me, Joe, just right along the I-95 corridor, southwestern Connecticut. This cell just kind of flared up there. It just really gained that intensity. It was actually light showers, so traveling along I-95, heavy downpours at the present time. Of course, we're going to get a closer look at this heat and humidity, some safety tips. That's why we have Justin Finch. He's in Long Island City, and he has more of what you need to know before you go.
Hey there, Stacy-Ann. Just got a bit of rain.
Exactly. Very good. All right, we'll see you in the 9 o'clock hour. Very good.
Thank you, guys.
Let's get over meteorologist Stacy-Ann Gooden and find out what's happening.
If you work out outside, my goodness, put some salt in your water.
A little ditzy though, because I'm like, why is it so black in there? And our our floor manager's like, because it's called Onyx. Onyx. Okay, got it. Makes sense. All right, well, yeah, that's a place to be. Work out indoors with the AC. If you want I give you permission. You can actually skip the workout for today. It's that hot. You don't want to do that unless you want to go do something right now or later on in the day when the heat breaks a little bit, but it's going to take a while for that to occur. So just, take it easy out there. It peaks this afternoon as far as the heat's concerned. The humidity combined with the heat, it's going to feel like triple digits in some cases. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s, 80 Bridgeport, 80 as well. Islip a little cooler, if you relatively speaking, of course. 76 degrees is cooler in the city. But this afternoon, temperatures skyrocketing into the 90s, feeling hotter again. So just definitely drink plenty of fluids. It sneaks up on you, the heat exhaustion, by the way. 1 minute you're fine, then the next minute you're like, I'm dizzy. So just give yourself a little bit of extra grace and time to just hydrate. Temperatures in the 80s, Liberty 84, higher elevation, but Somers and Yonkers were in the 90s, Cold Spring as well. Nassau, Suffolk, a little bit cooler, or I should say less hot. There's a little bit more of a sea breeze. Water temperatures kind of like in the 70s, so it's aiding in bringing in some a little bit more refreshing, cooler air. Just keep in mind the marine layer is actually helping to stabilize things a little bit the further east you go. So that's why we see those storms flaring up, and they kind of weaken as you head further east. But the threat still remains. This morning, we got some showers around, and then we get a break with plenty of sunshine, and that sunshine will help to really, really reinforce that heat. And this is what it's going to feel like at around the 2 o'clock hour, hotter in some cases. I'm seeing heat indices as high as like 103, 104. Just a heads up, guys. And then by tomorrow, feeling much better and much brighter as well. These showers continuing to move further east. So if you're in Suffolk County or even eastern Nassau, a few showers right now, but it will end. Just give it another 15, 20 minutes and we'll be good to go. And then we do have more chances throughout the evening and even early next week. But good part of the weekend will be nice and dry. But there's look at your future cast.
That's how it's done right there. May I just feel, yep, okay, do you want to make sure it's real? It's real. Onyx Fitness, 20,000 square feet, 24-hour gym right here, Belmore on Long Island. Big events happening this weekend. Come meet the guys, hang out with Graf.
Yeah, get my man right. Let's go.
I don't know how I can follow that. I'm just going to leave it there, child. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Well, he mentions going down. Things are going down in a sense that we have, conditions favorable for thunderstorms later on. We did have a little batch come through. Now it's exiting Long Island, by the way. We also had some heavy downpours across parts of Connecticut, particularly South Fairfield County. And that was pretty good because considering we have the air quality alert, so hopefully brought that AQI down a little bit. But now things are drying out for the time being. We are bookended with those showers and storms as we talked about. So in the morning, and then we have plenty of sunshine, and then later on tonight, a threat for more showers and storms. But the main concern right now is the heat and the humidity. So we have plenty of lift here. These dashed lines, that's indicative of that, those troughs providing us with a little lift. So all that lifting happening, it's really setting the stage for the possibility of those showers and storms because you combine that all with the unstable air and a whole lot of moisture. The severe weather outlook, level 1 out of 5. I know it's not a high risk, but it's there, of course, with all that instability. You want to be safe than sorry, of course. Temperatures topping out at around 94 today, but it'll feel like the triple digits across much of the area. Head to the shore. That's a great way to cool off, and then temperatures becoming more seasonable. And then we have another round of potential storms by Sunday, but it looks great for the weekend. That's your PIX11 weather forecast.
This PIX11 weather report was presented by Spectrum.